In this video, I will teach you my top 5 recommendations to avoid vaginal tears with your first baby. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell button below so you don't miss any of my pelvic floor tips for an empowering birth and postpartum recovery. As a pelvic health physiotherapist specialized in pre- and postnatal care, I've worked with hundreds of first-time moms, and a lot of them share this fear of having a vaginal tear from their birth. And using the strategies you will learn today, a lot of these moms ended up having a tear-free vaginal delivery, and if not, they had very minimal pelvic floor damage that healed pretty quickly postpartum. Tip number 1 is to avoid squatting during the crowning stage. And I'm not the only one saying it. There's actual studies that show that squatting, especially during the crowning stage, is associated with more perineal tearing. So it's okay to squat in labor for as long as you want, but when your baby starts crowning, please change position. Tip number 2 is stretch your perineum ahead of time. So if you didn't know yet, stretching your perineum before birth is a thing, and it's proven to be effective, especially in reducing the risk of tearing in first-time moms specifically. However, if you're a second-time mom or third-time mom and you've had perineal tears before, I also recommend to do the stretch. So this is an exercise that should be started around 34 weeks of pregnancy, and I have a full tutorial about it in the description below if you want to watch it later. Tip number 3 is slow down your pushing. This is especially true for fast labors where it can be tempting to push your baby out as fast as you can and get it over with, right? I call it explosive pushing stage because it's the kind of pushing that does not really allow for your pelvic floor and your perineum to stretch progressively, so it's more likely to tear. So if things are moving fast for you, I would choose position like lying on your side or on all fours to reduce the effect of gravity and slow things down. Then what you're gonna do is breathe out as you push and let your body do the work. There is no need to block your breath and push as hard as you can in those fast pushing stage. Tip number 4 is release your pelvic floor while pushing. So during the pushing stage, you want to let go of your pelvic floor muscles to make more space around your baby. If you're squeezing your pelvic floor, it will increase the tension on your perineum, which can in turn cause perineal tear. So the more relaxed your muscles are and the less likely you are to tear. If you want to practice releasing your pelvic floor during pregnancy so you can rock your pushing stage like a boss, you can check out the video in the description below. Tip number 5, a small tear is not the end of the world. I know this is not why you clicked on this video, but I just want to say that if you get away with a small first-degree tear and a few stitches for your first birth, it is not the end of the world. First-degree tears just involve the skin around your perineum, so your muscles are intact, right? And those kind of tears heal within a few weeks, and they do not typically cause any long-term issues. I am currently in my 2nd trimester at the time of recording this video, and you know what? If I get away with a first-degree tear from my first delivery, I will definitely call it a win, and I know that this is not something that will be an issue for my future recovery and return to an active lifestyle. What I do not want though is a more severe tear, so a tear that would affect my pelvic floor here or even the anal sphincter, for example. And the strategies I just shared above are great to avoid those. If you're interested in more pregnancy tips to prepare your pelvic floor for an empowering birth, download my free book for newly pregnant mamas in the description below, and make sure you give this video a like if you learned something helpful. Thanks for watching.